A group of arrogant rookies made fun of a young woman when she entered the most prestigious flight school in the world. They thought that they would be the best pilots there. But when they saw who the instructors were giving all their attention to, their faces fell. There were only 3 instructors at the academy. They were legends in the field with decades of experience each. To get into the flight school was a miracle in itself. You had to be the best of the best just to get accepted. But this new student had obviously pulled some strings to get in, because she was nearly as qualified as the others. They were used to being the best at everything they did. They had won every single award for piloting there was to win. And now this girl was just waltzing in, stealing their thunder. They had no idea what she was capable of. But they were about to find out soon enough. The first day of training arrived, and the students were split up into groups of 3. Each group would have 1 instructor with them at all times, guiding them through exercises and making sure they didn't die. The male trainees all ended up in the same group, and they couldn't help but laugh. When they saw their instructor was the same young woman who had waltzed into the academy the day before, "Oh my God," one of the trainees said, trying to stifle a laugh. "We got shafted. I mean, look at her. She's probably never even flown a fighter jet." The other 2 trainees started snickering. None of them could believe that they were about to be taught by someone so inexperienced. She ignored them and got straight to work. As soon as they were in the air, she barked orders at them. She wanted to see how well they could handle high-pressure situations like combat pilots. She pushed them to their limits, throwing in curveballs to see how they would react. And the results were disastrous. The first exercise was designed to test their mettle. She wanted to see if they could remain calm under pressure, or if they would crack, and they did crack. One of the trainees made a reckless move, endangering not only himself, but the other 2 trainees. He froze as soon as he realized what he had done. The other 2 trainees were furious at him for almost getting them killed. But the cocky rookie didn't even flinch when he heard her sharp voice behind him. "That was a terrible mistake. If you can't handle the pressure, I suggest you get out of the jet right now." The trainee's face was pale as he got out of the jet. He didn't want to admit it, but this girl had intimidated him. It was his turn next. He had to execute a series of complicated aerial maneuvers, while the other 2 trainees provided cover. He took off like a rocket, dodging and weaving through the sky with ease. It was obvious that he had put in a lot of practice to be able to do that. The instructors watched intently as he performed the maneuvers flawlessly. There was a stunned silence when he landed. No one had ever seen anything like it. They could tell that this guy was going places, but they also knew that he wouldn't have been able to do it without her help. He had trained hard to be able to perform at that level. He might have been cocky, but he was also talented. She nodded her head in approval as she stepped out of the jet. This guy might have a future in this, she thought. One of the trainees approached her after she finished with the other 2. He was still shaking from the intensity of the exercise. "How the hell did you do that?" he asked her. "I thought I was good, but I was a rookie compared to you." She looked at him in surprise. "What do you mean? You guys all seem to be doing great." He shook his head. "No, we weren't. You saw us. We sucked. I don't understand how you let us live to tell the tale." She just smiled and walked away. As the days went by, the instructors watched as the cocky rookies were left in flames midair. Their arrogance had gotten them into trouble many times before, but this time it would cost them dearly. They had failed their drills, and they had no one else to blame but themselves. She had shown them that she was the best pilot among them. They might have been arrogant and cocky, but she was talented and skilled beyond compare.